This is a Big Blue Crew Productions.
Hey, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? These nuts. Got it. Got it.
What's going on YouTube? What's going on Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of Big Pat Sports Talk. It's your boy. We're going to be talking about what's on my mind with the New York Giants, man. I'm going to be doing these. Probably give you a daily one here soon. And just on the top of my mind today, I want to talk about the offense, man. And I'm going to be bold and come out and say it. The New York Giants offense can be explosive in 2022. Call me crazy, call me whatever you want to call me. I've been called worse and I've been called more, so that doesn't bother me anymore. But the New York Giants offense in 2022 can be explosive. I just want you to take a look at the guys that's on the screen behind me. Just take a look at them. I'll name them out for you. Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas, Evan Neal, Riggs, a.k.a. Sterling Shepard, Kenny Galladay, Wan'Dale Robinson, Kadarius Toney, Saquon Barkley. Those are 9 players that I named. And Daniel Bellinger, our tight end that we drafted, who was very underrated. Don't know how we got him in the 4th round, but glad we did. So 9 guys that I've named. Not to mention Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka. Now I'm going to sit here and I'm going to explain to you why I think we could be very explosive. Reason 1, just the talent alone. Kadarius Toney, I think, is going to have a monster year. We got 2 bookend tackles in the making. Evan Neal's going to put in the work, people. I don't know if you listened to his interviews or if you looked at him play. Evan Neal's going to put in the work. I'm so happy that we were able to get him at number 7. Don't know how the hell that happened, but it did. Andrew Thomas is already playing well at left tackle. So we got 2 tackles to block for Mr. Daniel Jones already. And Brian Daboll and Joe Shane have put so many resources into this offensive line. It is not funny. Shout out to Brown, our assistant general manager, as well, for getting us 2 mid-round guards from North Carolina. They've already played together. They already know each other well. And that guard from North Carolina, both guards have very good feet, have very good instincts, can pick up stunts. The only thing they need to work on is get a little bit more core strength. They will be a factor here soon as well. And I think they've built the offensive line that's formidable in New York for the first time in about 10 years. Not going to sit here and hold you guys. I think they built a pretty good offensive line. I'm not going to hold them. And so Daniel Jones with a good offensive line, he's proven that he can put up some stats when you block for him. Now, whether he has a great season or not, time will tell. But I know that we're going to have some people that's blocking for him. We got Andrew Thomas, Shane Lemieux came back. We got the 2 rookie guards from North Carolina. We got Glowinski, Feliciano, Max Garcia, Gano, Johnson. We signed a kid from Nigeria. We have depth. We have depth. The only position I'm a little worried about is the center position. But if Feliciano could play the center position well, oh, we're in there. We are in there. And that's just the offensive line of Daniel Jones. What about the weapons? We're going to start with the guy throwing up the peace sign, Saquon Barkley, finally coming off an offseason where he's not rehabbing an injury. He's just in there working, getting better in the lab. That offensive line helps him out a whole lot as well. So Saquon Barkley has a chance to have another breakout season like he had in his rookie year. With the blocking, he may be able to hit a hole now. Or when he does bounce it to the outside, there's not 15 people out there waiting for him. Or he's not getting hit in the backfield as soon as he touched the ball. That's very dangerous. That's very dangerous. And him having the opportunity to make moves in the open field or bounce it to the outside because he has enough good blocking in the interior of the line to where he can maneuver and hit a hole or bounce it to the outside like he was his rookie year. Wow. The check down game is going to be amazing with Saquon Barkley. And guess what? He can be a receiver as well. He's proved it. I'm looking for this guy to have a 1,200 yard rushing yard season with about 40 catches, 40, 50 catches. Especially if they're using them like they say they're going to use them like the Alvin Kamara type role. Oh, that's going to be bomb. Because if you use him in the Alvin Kamara type role, he's faster, he's stronger. I think he has just as good as hands as Alvin Kamara. He's vicious in the outfield. Try to attack him in the open field. You try to attack him in the open field, good luck. This offense can be explosive in 2022 with the right scheme. And I think these guys are building the right scheme. And we're going to get into that. Now, let's get to the receivers. We got Riggs. He's expected to be ready by training camp. I mean, he's been out there. He's been working out, coming off the Achilles. Yes, I know he's injured often. Always injured. But if we get some luck to where he can stay on the field, man, what a slot receiver. What a slot receiver. And more important, what a receiver to teach Kadarius Toney on how to be an NFL receiver. And let's not pretend that Riggs wasn't balling in the beginning of the season and he was Daniel Jones' outlet. Let's not pretend that he wasn't Daniel Jones' favorite target in the beginning of the season, because he was. The dude was balling. He was playing hard. So what if the motivation of the new coaches and the new scheme gets him motivated and he stays healthy? What can he do? What can he bring to the table? I tell you what, he's tough. He's a very good blocker. Very good route runner. He finds ways to get open somehow, some way, all the time. Only thing that holds him back is injuries. If he can stay healthy, which is a major if. I know what you guys are saying. That's a major if, and it is true. Man, what a receiver for Daniel Jones. In a new scheme like this, in a new scheme, a scheme that everybody doesn't know what's coming. Hey, I like Riggs on this team. It's just a matter of if he plays a lot this season. If he plays a lot this season, or he goes to the IR like he usually does. We will see. Kenny Galladay. He's supposed to be our #1 receiver. Now, don't get it twisted. Everybody's hating on this guy. They don't like him. He's overpaid. Really, his contract is peanuts compared to what the receivers are getting now. He actually has a team-friendly contract when you think about it. That $18 million looks a lot less than 30. Looks a lot less than 28. Looks a lot less than Christian Kirk over there with the Jaguars at 22. Looks a lot less than 27. So, hey, if we can keep him the next 3 years and he balls out at $18 million, we got a bargain. Think about it. This man only got 70 targets last year. So even if he caught every pass that was targeted to him, he still only would have had 70 catches. Not to mention that he has his own injury history that he needs to overcome. But he was in a system that he wasn't being used right, and he wasn't even being targeted because he wasn't being used right. Jason Garrett hurt this team in more ways than you can think of. He hurt careers, man. Careers. But let's say Kenny Galladay has a bounce back season. Let's see he gets to those 70 catches. 70 catches, maybe around 1,000 yards. Let's see if we can get him 8 touchdowns this year. Let's see if we can use that big frame in the red zone with the new scheme that we're gonna have. Let's see if we can use those big frames out there. Now let's get to the man that everybody wants to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about. Oh, he doesn't want to play football. Oh, he cares about his rap career. Oh, he's betraying the team. Oh, he doesn't want to be a Giant. Oh, this, oh, that. Mr. Kadarius Toney. When those rumors came out about Kadarius Toney that we were wanting to trade him because he didn't come up to voluntary camp, I thought that was ludicrous, and it turned out to be ludicrous. The man Shane came right out of his mouth and said he's not shopping Kadarius Toney, and why would you? He's your first round pick from last year, and you're going to get rid of him because he didn't come to voluntary camp? Come on, fans. You got to get real, man. You got to stop reaching for stuff, man. You got to stop reaching for the toxicity. That man has an absolute right not to show up to voluntary camp. Would I want him there? Yes. And guess what? He actually showed up for the second part of it. He may have been going through some things, but they said they were in contact with him, so what's the issue? He got his playbook. He looks explosive. And this kid is undeniably the most explosive player on this team. He's the most explosive player on this team. Maybe Saquon Barkley can rival him when he's healthy, but when you look at Kadarius Toney play, man, that kid is absolutely dynamic. You get the ball in his hands. Get the ball in his hands and watch what he does. There's not too many people in the league that can do what Kadarius Toney does when he gets the ball in his hands. Maybe Tyreek Hill. And that's because he's just more experienced. But get the ball in this kid's hands. I believe he's going to have an explosive year. I believe he's going to get over 1,000 yards this year, if used correctly, all-purpose yards. I truly believe this kid is going to turn around. He's going to shut a lot of people up. And when he does, don't you fans turn on his side and be like, oh, Kadarius Toney, you're the greatest. No, you was just saying he was a clown. He was a bum. He was this. He was that. I think he's one of those cats that's going to be like, man, nah, keep that same energy. This kid has been working with his receivers coach. His route running has been getting better. And I'll be honest with you, he can turn into a nice outside receiver because he was balling against the Rams before he got hurt. And injuries do happen. And it's a major if with a lot of these guys on this screen with the injuries. I understand that. But if healthy, this team can be absolutely explosive. Explosive into 2022. I think Kadarius Toney is a talent that you just can't just throw away. This guy's a serious talent. You can't be mad at him because he has a passion for rapping. The man has a life. He's a human being. Let him be a human being, man. Just because they're football players doesn't mean they don't have the right to have lives outside of football. Just sit back and just think about that. Think about if your job criticized you because you have a passion for painting. You think about getting criticized for having a passion about something. Have a little bit of compassion for the guy. And let the guy go out there and ball. If he doesn't show up for training camp or mandatory camp, then yeah, you have the right to question his loyalty to the team or question his loyalty to the game if he really wants to play. Yeah. You do. But not right now. We got to stop bashing our players because, man, you're not getting anywhere with this negative energy. You're not. I know it's hard to have positive energy right now, but you're not going to get anywhere with negative energy. I promise you that. But I think Kadarius Toney, man, is the most explosive player on this team, and I think he's one of the most explosive players in the NFL, period. And I think he's going to have a great year with this new system. Now we're going to get into a couple of draft picks that we got. Wan'Dale Robinson, everybody, when we picked him in the second round, who is that? Oh, my God, he's only 5'8". Oh, my God, he played at Kentucky. Oh, my God, who is this? That's so stupid. Joe Shane, you know better than Dave Gettleman. Shout out to Joe. I love what he does there. But look at the film, man. I'm a Gator fan. I know this guy personally. Destroyed us. This 5'8", 178-pound receiver has the heart of a lion. Never scared to go across the middle. Would take a absolutely monstrous hit and still come down with the ball. Guess what? Explosive. Get this kid the ball in space and watch what he does. Get this kid the ball in space and watch what he does. 91.3 PFF grade, tops receiver in FBS. Played at Kentucky with a quarterback that was not very good and still had over 100 catches for over 1,300 yards and 8 touchdowns. With a quarterback that's not even playing that well and at Kentucky, as you say. And you're going to complain about that? You're going to say this guy's a bum because you don't know who he is? Oh, we could add George Pickens. Why would we get George Pickens? We already got Kenny Galladay. We already have that possession receiver. Do you know this kid is very versatile? He could kick return, punt return, played running back at Nebraska, jet sweep, very shifty, great route runner, can actually get even better at route running. Shout out to Bobby from Talking Sports. He can even get even better at route running. Can take the top off the defense. You have to respect his deep speed. And he can run a short route better than anybody. He can play multiple roles for this team. You got to have vision, folks. You got to have vision. Everybody can't be 6'5", 230 and run a 4.3 like Calvin Johnson. Those are once-in-a-lifetime players. But these guys are smart. They drafted for their scheme. Before you criticize, do some research. Find out what your team is really about before you criticize a pick, before you criticize anybody. You take the time to research exactly what this team wants to do and then compare it to what they want to do and to be like, okay, this player might fit exactly what they're trying to do, which he does. Can you imagine a 5-receiver set of Robinson, Toney, Galladay, Riggs, and Barkley? With the offensive line that has 2 good tackles in Evan Neal and Andrew Thomas, and a whole lot more offensive linemen that are way better than what we had last year. Imagine if Daniel Jones knew that his blind side was protected and the right tackle is not falling on his ass as soon as you say hike. Imagine Daniel Jones knowing that he has time. You going to guard all 5 of those guys? And Daniel Jones has more than 3 seconds to throw the ball? Especially if you run a zone, you cook. Because Riggs knows how to sit in the zone. Robinson knows how to sit in the zone. Kadarius Toney is learning how to sit in the zone. So that when they find that hole in the zone, Daniel Jones has shown that he can get the ball to that receiver no matter what you think about him or not. No matter what you think about him or not, he knows how to get the ball to the receiver. He's pretty accurate when he has time. I will give him that. Now imagine our 5 receiver sets this year. If everybody's healthy. I know what you're already saying. Well, they got to be healthy, Pat. I know. Believe me, I know. But if somehow they stay healthy, what a hell of a 5 receiver set. Not to mention that we got Richie James, Slayton, and Foster to back those guys up. So we won't have a bunch of bums coming out there if somebody gets hurt. That's another great thing Dabo and Shane did with this draft. Okay, now we're going to get to our rookie tight end that we drafted in the 4th round, which was great value. I had this guy with a low 2nd round grade, and that's Mr. Daniel Bellinger. 6'5", 258, one of the best blockers in the draft, also one of the fastest tight ends in the draft, running the 4.63, and one of the better pass-catching tight ends in the draft. Had high grades in all. Not only does he help our run game, he helps the passing game as well. Now we have a legitimate tight end that we know will catch the ball if Daniel Jones gets it to him. We know that he knows how to run routes at the sticks to get the first down. We know he knows how to block. We know he knows how to get open in schemes. I think this kid is going to be absolutely dynamite for us, and he will be the starter, I think, at the beginning of the season, to be honest with you. Then we got another 6'6", 6'7" guy in Ricky Seals-Jones, who's a red zone tight end. And we all know what he could do in the red zone. He proved it against us last year. Great catch on Adoree Jackson. Then we got Atkins, who's another speed guy, that if Bellinger's not ready to play, we still have another tight end that can get open. And he's very athletic. I think he's an Evan Ingram type that can catch. And then after that, we signed an undrafted tight end, Austin Allen, who's 6'8", from Nebraska. 6'8", 260, looks like a little Gronk out there. And he has speed and route running that can block. We went from not having a tight end in the beginning of this offseason to having 4 that we can choose from. Imagine having those 2 big guys out there at 6'8", running a 3 tight end set on the goal line. You don't know if we're going to run or pass, and if we do pass, I got a big 6'8" frame. Just pop it up to him. Let's get it to him. This offense can be explosive in 2022. If healthy, I truly believe this offense can be explosive. Once they gel, once everybody figures out the exact system that we're running, and they gel, look out. Look out, man. I'm telling you, look out. All Daniel Jones has to do is steer the ship. That's it. That's the way they're building this team. All he has to do is just steer the ship. Don't wreck the car. And let's get up to the 2 coaches at the top. Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka. I believe they're bringing in their own systems. And I believe it's going to be a hybrid system between the Chiefs passing game and the Bills system that they ran over there with Buffalo. I think they're going to take a couple of chunks out of both and add them together. I said this during the draft party. I think we're going to be able to run 2 systems depending on who we're playing. Depending on how that defense is playing, you want to play us a certain way, you want to play us with zones, and you're not getting that much pressure, man, we're gonna run this cheese passer system and let those monsters, let those guys get that ball in space, juke out 3 people, and continue to get first downs for us. Oh, you have very good you have a very good defense. You got defense that can get pressure against our offensive line because you're just that good. Okay, let's run the short screen sets. Let's get the back shoulder throws to Kenny Galladay. Let's get Kenny Galladay on those slants against that press coverage and use that big frame of his. I think we're going to be able to attack you in different ways this year, which is absolutely what the times are in the NFL right now. And I've been told this, oh, Pat, you need to get with the times. You need to get with the times. Well, I'm telling you, I think that this team was not with the times when it came to an offensive scheme, and that hurts this team tremendously. It hurts everybody. But if you can run a different scheme depending on what teams are doing to you, oh, that makes your offense that much more deadly. Oh, Daniel Jones sees that you're in the zone all game. Okay, we're gonna audible to this play. Oh, you bringing a blitz? Okay, we're gonna audible to this play. Quick screen, Kadarius Toney. Quick screen, Wan'Dale Robinson. Screen play, Saquon Barkley. Oh, you want to man up? You want to man up on Kenny Galladay on the outside and have 2 deep? Okay, Kadarius Toney routes him up, quick slant. Oh, you want to have a robber in the middle of the field and leave Kenny Galladay one-on-one on the outside? Back shoulder throw. Oh, you only want to have 6 in the box because you scared of us running this Autobahn offense out here? Hand it off to Barkley. I see the vision where they're going. And it all predicates on this offensive line being a lot better, which I think they will be because they put so many resources into this offensive line. And not only did they put resources into the offensive line, they put resources into the tight end position. We have a real GM now, folks. I'm just going to come out and say it. I know everybody going to say, oh, I want to see the product. No, he's done what he's supposed to do. Now it's up to Brian Daboll. Now it's up to Mike Kafka. Now it's up to Wink Martindale to put this together. Joe Schoen did his job. I'm going to put it out there. That man did his job. He got you 2 good tackles. He gave you 10 offensive linemen to try to make, hey, whatever you need on that offensive line, OG Bobby Johnson, I got you multiple players at every position on the line. You decide which one is best. Kafka, you needed weapons. I got you Wan'Dale Robinson. I got you Bellinger. I got you Austin Allen. You got Kadarius Toney. You got Neal and Thomas at tackle. Let's see what you can do. Let's draw up some plays to get these guys open. OG Bobby Johnson, get this line to protect for Daniel Jones so he can get this ball to these receivers. Brian Daboll, bring out the best out of Daniel Jones if you can. If not, we going to get another quarterback. Don't worry about it. Saquon Barkley, hit the hole when the hole is open for you because we got you a new offensive line that can block for you where you're not getting hit in the backfield as soon as you touch the ball. Oh, yeah, by the way, we got you 4 tight ends. You choose which tight end is best for which drive, and let's get the ball to the tight ends, and let's get these chains moving. Oh, yeah, by the way, I got you a 6'8 and a 6'6", 6'7 tight end in the red zone to where, hey, if we have to do a play action and toss it up, these guys got enough speed and enough athleticism to jump up and get that ball and bring it in for 6 points. Oh, by the way, if you want to run a heavy set to bring in 7 offensive linemen, I got you. I got all type of linemen for you. Coaching. Do what you got to do. Because Shane did his damn job. I promise you he did his job. Now it's up to the coaching. Now I want to see what the coaching does. Now I want to see where training camp goes. Now I want to see what the preseason about. I want to see these offensive linemen battle for playing time. Because that's what we need. We need hungry offensive linemen who want to get in there and play and want to block their ass off. And now Daniel Jones, now you can't say excuse if he doesn't get it done. You're damn right it is. Because if you got time, you got weapons, you got a scheme, you got a ball. Point blank period. But I love what Shane did for this team this offseason. I love what he did. Is it going to be a playoff season, his first season? No, but it damn sure should be some damn... We should upgrade this season, god dog it. It should damn sure be some improvement because he's put pieces on this team. Just being real with you. But those are some of the main reasons why I say this offense can be explosive in 2022. Because I've seen Daniel Jones be able to carve people up when he has time. And if he is getting time like that on a regular basis with Toney, Shepard, Galladay, Robinson, Bellinger, Ricky Seals-Jones, Austin Allen, Barkley, Breida, man, the list goes on. And with an NFL scheme, there's no reason why these guys shouldn't be able to ball out this year. No reason why. But hey, I can't wait till the regular season for the New York Giants. I'm gonna be honest with you, I can't wait till training camp starts because, man, there's going to be some battles for playing time, and that is the best thing that can happen for the New York Giants. Competition. Competent competition. That's what we need. And Joe Shane, I applaud you because you did your damn job this offseason. Now it's up to these guys on this picture. Put it together, get it together, and get some wins. But that's the end of the video. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. The New York Giants offense can be explosive in 2022. Those are my reasons why. That's a little bit of my passion. That's just a little bit on my mind today. Might call this Daily Giant Thoughts. I don't know. I'll come up with something. But I appreciate you guys. For everybody that's still watching in the chat, in the comments, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Hit that join button if you want to talk your talk with Big Pat Sports Talk and stand out above the rest. Going to be doing members only chats and things and giving away prizes and things very soon. As soon as we get enough members, we're 13 strong. We're continuing to climb. I'd like to thank you guys for all your support. Get your Big Pat Sports Talk gear at the Big Pat Sports Shop. Link is in the description. Thank you, Ronnie Rivers, for showing your support. Very beautiful picture of you in a Big Pat Sports Talk shirt. Very beautiful. Appreciate it. Miz, appreciate it. He was one of the first ones to get some Big Pat Sports Talk gear. Shout out to the Miz. And man, that's just my passionate thoughts about how explosive this offense could definitely be explosive for 2022. You might not see it now, but I see the vision with this offense, and you may see some games where this team goes absolutely nuts against somebody. Just wait and see. But to the next episode, peace. This has been a Big Blue Crew production.